On average, only about 3% of people who begin dance training make a successful career out of it. Although most don't see dancers as real athletes, the stories behind success of some can be used for motivation. I've been involved in dance for the last 16 years, and I've been a competitive dancer for the last 12. Hearing the success of people who have become professionals has motivated me to push myself to the best of my abilities. I'll be sharing Misty Copeland's story and how she has pushed past challenges to become successful in her craft. I'll be talking about her childhood struggles, hardships she faced at the start of her career, and successful jobs and names she's made for herself. Misty Copeland didn't start her career off soaring. Instead, she made the most of the hardships she endured throughout the earlier years of her life. During her childhood, Copeland and her family did not have a significant amount of money and lived in poverty. She lived with her single mother and 5 siblings. She and her family were constantly moving around and living on other people's couches and also in motels. Her family lived on welfare, and with this reality, Misty didn't have access to organized sports or the arts. The start of her love for ballet began in the form of a boys and girls club class versus a traditional dance setting. Copeland told the Harvard Gazette that ballet gave her a voice without having to speak, and she'd never had that before. She also said in the same interview that she had no one to connect to on a deeper level who understood the journey that she was on and the obstacles that she was still trying to overcome from the challenges she faced in early years of her life. Although the start of her career wasn't typical, she persevered even when she was met with challenges both mentally and physically. She pushed injuries to the side and continued her extensive training even while in immense amounts of pain. When she landed her first professional role in the American Ballet Theater's rendition of The Firebird, she had been feeling immense pain in her shins but continued to train just the same for her role. When the season was over, the pain became unbearable, so she went to a doctor who diagnosed her with 6 stress fractures in her tibia, 3 of which Terry Goss described in his article with NPR as the dreaded black lines, meaning the bone was almost completely broken through. She had surgery to put a metal plate in her tibia, and 8 months later, she was back to training and performing. Along with challenges she faced physically, she struggled mentally with the fact that she was the only colored dancer in her entire company, and the way her body was also different from theirs. Ballet started out as a predominantly white sport. Misty told NPR in an interview that it was something she was aware of when she was 19 and came into the American Ballet Theater, that she would have to wear pink tights. And then she would have to go on stage and attempt to make her skin look like the other dancers. She said that it chips away at you. The more that she looks around and sees people who look like her, more than not seeing other women who don't look like her. Even as a professional, Misty still was either told things that were wrong about her body or she read them online. She told NPR in the same interview that to this day she reads things that tell her she doesn't belong because, in quotes, her breasts are too large, her muscles are too big, and she's too short. But these are all excuses because there are so many dancers who are not of color, who have similar body types to her, that are shorter, that have larger breasts and bigger muscles. Despite these challenges, Misty went on to receive numerous awards. She became an author, and she performs in movies alongside world-renowned music and movie artists. She received praise for her work as an artist as well as an activist. She became an author with books geared towards children as well as adults. She wrote a children's book called Firebird and produced a picture book called Bunheads. She is the author of the book Life in Motion, ballerina body, black ballerinas, and wrote a tribute to her mentor titled The Wind at My Back. She's received numerous awards. She received an honorary doctorate from the University of Hartford in regard to her contributions to help diversify classical ballet. She also received an honorary doctorate of fine arts from New York University. She was named Glamour Magazine's Women of the Year, as well as one of Time Magazine's 100 Most Influential People. She also received the Spingarn Medal in 2023, which is the NAACP's highest honor. The success Copeland made for herself was a long and non-linear process, but despite the odds, she made a name for herself. We've talked about Misty Copeland's childhood struggles, challenges she faced in the industry, and the success she's had. She came from a financially unstable family, faced injuries and comments about her body, and still went on to become an author and receive multiple awards for her artistry and activism. No matter the background that you come from, hard work and determination can help you achieve your dreams, just like Misty Copeland.